Towards the end of last year, I was an absolute monster. See, everything I put on my to-do list, and I'm not even joking, like everything. For like a solid 3 months, everything that I put on my to-do list, I did it without sleeping, without fail. So I was relentless in the way I pursued my goals. See, and as time went on, I stopped doing certain things. And when you stop doing certain things, at first you don't really notice. You're like, oh, I didn't need to do this anyways. Like, this is important in my schedule. But then as time goes on, those small changes, they compound. And before I knew it, I was living a life that was unrecognizable. I'll be getting out of bed at 10 instead of at 7. And it's not like I wouldn't wake up at 7. I would wake up at 7 and I'll spend the first 3 hours of my day on my phone. When you realize that you're not working as hard as you once used to, it doesn't just damage you in the area of, like, let's say business. It damages you in every single area of life because you lose the confidence in yourself because you know you're selling yourself short. You not waking up on time, right? It will result in you not being as confident. Then you start slouching your back. And then now when you're in public, you just feel smaller than everyone else. And everyone else will look at you and be like, this person means nothing because they're slouching. This person isn't confident because they're slouching. And now because you're slouching, you won't be able to breathe properly. Not breathing properly, you won't be able to speak properly. So now when you meet the person that was supposed to be your wife, not even your wife, let's just say your next girlfriend, right? You meet that girl, the most beautiful girl you've seen in the past week. You meet her, and now you're talking to her like this. Hi, my name is John. I'm just coming here because I think you're cute. And then she just walks away because why should she stay and entertain that conversation? See, end of last year, the last 3 months, I was on an upward spiral. I was constantly improving. For much of this year, I've been on a downward spiral. And now I truly believe that I'm back in my upward spiral. I'm back. Whatever you may say, I'm back. Like, just look at the new haircut to signify new times. You know what I'm saying?
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
Jerry.
So in this short video, I'm going to tell you how to avoid probably one of the most dangerous things to your future success, and that is a downward spiral. As always, if there are any of you who are new in the self-improvement journey and you just want some guidance in the beginning stages, click the first link in the description. It'll take you to a calendar and you can book whichever time you want to speak to me. With downward spirals, they rarely ever start with major events like someone dies. Like, they do start because of that, but for most people, your downward spiral will start with something insignificant. Like, let's say you just start waking up like 1% later every day. You start sleeping later, you're eating junk food like just before you go to sleep, and now it's ruining your sleep. So every day you wake up a bit later and a bit later. It's never like a big thing like I stopped doing work. People normally prioritize those big things in their life. Like, throughout this downward spiral, there wasn't a time where I just stopped making YouTube videos. There wasn't a time where I just stopped scripting. Obviously there would be like a random week where I just wouldn't do it. It was those small things, like just not meditating, that would result in me having like a cloudy, foggy mind. And because I had a cloudy, foggy mind, I couldn't be present in anything I did. So the quality of my work decreased. The quality of my conversations with people decreased. The quality of my self-confidence decreased. I don't know if quality of self-confidence decreased, but it just sounded nice to say. Because I couldn't be mindful, every single area of my life went down. So I stopped meditating and I stopped journaling. Because I wasn't journaling, I wasn't realizing certain things that were like stuck in my brain that were affecting me. And it was literally just a small thing. My downward spiral, I've realized, was because I stopped doing my morning routine. And my morning routine isn't that CEO routine where you wake up at 5 and you're only able to do work like 10 hours afterwards because you wake up, you go stretch in the sun, and then you hit the sauna, then you do whatever, all before you do work. My morning routine has always been simple. I wake up, I journal, meditate, and pray. Like, just those 3 things. It would take max an hour. Max. And that's if I'm journaling about something that's been heavy on my mind. It would take max an hour. And I stopped doing that because I was like, you know what, I don't really need to do certain things. I can just wake up and work. So I stopped doing my morning routine, which is quite small, but it's very big in the grand scheme of my life. Because the morning routine is the very first thing that I started doing when I started self-improvement. So how I did it is, first I started journaling, actually a while back before I was even on self-improvement. Then I started meditating, and then I started like gratitude journaling, all these things like breathwork. But like that morning routine was probably the most important thing for my day. Because the quality of my life was slowly being eroded, that means the quality of my mindset too was being eroded. So I had a positive growth orientated mindset last year. But as days went on, as the compound effect did its thing, right, my mindset slowly became negative. It slowly became a pessimistic mindset. And I've never been like pessimistic, but instead of focusing on the bigger vision, started focusing on things like clouds, zero sum game, started focusing on getting more dages. For those of you who don't know dages are goals, I started focusing on things that will only satisfy me now, but wouldn't result in a better future. Like when I say I was focusing on goals, right? It doesn't make sense. I'll go to a goals profile and I'll go to a comments now, just look at, who here have I never seen before? Who here can I just slide into a DMs, right? I promise you I'll spend like hours doing that. It wouldn't be hours every day. It would happen like every few weeks now. Like, you know what? I need more. So essentially, don't stop doing the small things. You know, the small things that you think don't matter, don't stop doing them. And number 2, keep a growth-orientated mindset that focuses on the wider vision, not things that are just today and tomorrow. So now I understand that there are going to be some circumstances where some big event causes you to just stop doing things for, it might even be 2 days, 3 days, whatever, a week. Right? There's going to be events like that. So I've learned to stop a downward spiral from happening during those times. You have to force yourself to think positively, to be like, you know what, the world goes on. And not even to ignore what's going on right now, but to remember that you have a wider vision and you can't stop just because something's happened. Yes, you can have a few hours a day to just contemplate and take care of yourself, but you can't drop everything. So in those times, how you force yourself not to drop everything is to force yourself to think about the vision, to force yourself to think positively, to literally gaslight yourself. Even though you don't believe things are going to be okay, you tell yourself things are going to be okay. Things will improve. This, that, whatever. A lot of life isn't about, feeling jolly, feeling whatever. A lot of life is forcing yourself to get out of bed when you don't feel like it. That's where a lot of the success comes from. I'm not going through a particularly that tough time. Like I'm not. Like life is, it's okay. It's not bad. It's not good. Like life is good. I'm not gonna lie. But for some reason, I just didn't want to make this video. I did not want to start making these videos. And the funny thing is, I know that as soon as I start making videos, I'm happier than I am just sitting on my bed. I force myself. I'm like, okay, let's get up. Let's make these videos. And now I'm just happy making these videos. A lot of the time when I'm making videos, I just have a smile on my face. Like, I could be talking about my past depression, but I have a smile on my face. Like this video about going through a downward spiral. Like when you think about this is a video about your life unraveling in a negative way. But I can guarantee that for most of this video, I probably had a smile on my face. I don't know. I just like recording videos, and the vision that I have for this channel, for my life, is just amazing. Anyways, Africa to the top. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers.